comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler.
And I'm MD Shady.
And in today's video, we're going to be making our Funko Pop and soda figure predictions for the 2021 12 Days of Christmas Funko Shop drop. But before that happens, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys,
let's check it out.
So like we said in today's video, we are making our predictions for the 12 Days of Christmas Funko Shop drops. Now, if you guys are new to the Funko community, the last, I would say, few years, Funko has done a thing called the 12 Days of Christmas, where normally for the first few years that they started doing this, it'd be a Funko Shop drop for the first 12 days of December, where there'd be one Funko Shop exclusive dropping on the shop, whether it's a pop, essentially a soda at this point, or some sort of Funko product. However, the last couple of years, we've seen Cyber Monday bundles, which didn't turn out all that great. And last year, we had 4 different days in December where there would be 3 different exclusives dropping on those days, making a total of 12. Now, as of this recording, we don't know any information about a potential 12 Days of Christmas yet, but Funko did recently announce about the Festival of Fun exclusives happening at Emerald City Comic Con in the first weekend of December this year. So we don't know if possibly that will be the 12 Days of Christmas this year, but I think for some reason they will still somehow do the 12 Days of Christmas. So now for this, we normally would do 10 different categories, and with these categories, it would be a Funko Pop and a soda prediction for, let's say, animation, ad icons, so on and so forth. But if you guys know the 12 Days of Christmas very well, Funko's kind of unpredictable, so we're gonna pick just 12 different exclusives from various categories, whether it's multiple from the same or not. We will both go one at a time and show you guys what our predictions are for the 12 Days of Christmas.
Okay, so here is my list of pops and sodas for the 12 Days of Christmas, of what I would hope to see and what seems kind of likely. This is very hard to pick, obviously, because it's been so sporadic over the years with what different pops and different things have been announced for the 12 Days of Christmas, but I have 12 things here which I think would be pretty cool. So starting off with the first thing, I have the Grinch as a soda can, and the normal version would be him just green, just with nothing on, I guess naked you could say. And then there would be a chase version where he does have kind of the Santa outfit on. I think that that would be a really cool soda can, and obviously a chase a lot of people would want to get. Then I have a Christmas McNugget for the McDonald's ad icons listed. There could be a few different things. I believe that there was a reindeer McNugget, there was a Santa, there was a snowman, and I believe there was a McNugget that had like Christmas lights on them. There might have been more as well, but those are the ones that I kind of remember, so any of those would be cool. Just some kind of Christmas-themed chicken McNugget. The third thing I have on my list is kind of unlikely, but I think it would be cool. It would make sense, and that is a Pikachu with a Santa Claus hat. I feel like Funko loves producing Pikachu pops, so why not do a Christmas one like a Santa hat? Then I have Kermit the Frog as Bob Cratchit, and that is from the Muppets A Christmas Carol. I think this would be such a cool pop, and I really do want to see more Muppets pops, which we haven't seen for years. So I think that that would be a great way to incorporate Christmas and the Muppets together, because what a great movie. And I mean, it would be cool, like, it's not just your superhero Kermit or the normal Kermit that we have. He actually has like the top hat and a jacket and a scarf. I think that'd be an awesome pop. Then I have a soda can of the Misfit Elephant from Rudolph. I believe that that is the only Rudolph pop that we haven't seen been turned into a soda can so far. What the chase would be, I don't know. It could maybe be glow in the dark, or maybe there's something that happens in Rudolph that would be a little bit of a variable change to make a chase. I'm not exactly sure what it'd be, but I think glow in the dark would be pretty cool. Then I knew I had to add a pop for the Looney Tunes lineup, and that is my personal favorite character from Looney Tunes, and that is Foghorn Leghorn. I know that they have done Looney Tunes pops. I think it was the Gremlin that they did one year for the 12 Days of Christmas, so I don't see why they wouldn't do Looney Tunes again, and I can't believe that we still don't have a pop of Foghorn Leghorn. Next up, I do have another ad icon, and that is the, I believe it's pronounced Haribo Bear, or Haribo Bear. I think that this would be cool. It's a great ad icon. People love those gummy bears, and not to mention that at our local Walmart, I did recently see that they kind of do have a small little toy section where they have some plush of the Haribo Bear, and they also have these like little 2-packs of mini figures. So obviously they're willing to give their license to some company, so why not Funko be one of those companies? Next up, I have an Alice in Wonderland pop, and that is a blacklight pop, and I would hope for it to be the Caterpillar because that's such a great character, and the pops look great for the Caterpillar, so I don't see why they wouldn't add on to their already existing with 5 pops for the Blacklight series and add another one with the Caterpillar. Next up, I did kind of take the cheap route around and I did add another pop that would have a Santa Claus hat, Gizmo from Gremlins, and I think that that is a perfect one because he did wear a Santa Claus hat in some scenes throughout the movies. So I think that'd be perfect. I also love Gremlins and I want to collect most of the Gremlins figures, and I would definitely pick up a Gizmo with the Santa Claus hat. Then I added a pop for the Retro Toys lineup, and that would be the Chatter Telephone. I think that this is such a classic toy, and I'm sure that people have received this toy on Christmas morning, so it is kind of a Christmas theme, but I think that that would be really cool. Chatter Telephone, I believe, is in Toy Story as well. Yes, of course, Chatter Telephone is one of the toys in Toy Story, but it is one of those classic toys that we haven't seen in the Retro lineup. Or the Retro Toys lineup, so why not? Then I knew I wanted to add a SpongeBob pop, but I wasn't quite sure which character to add. I went with Doodle Bob, which I think would be such a great character. I mean, I could see it selling so well because Doodle Bob is kind of meme-worthy now. You see him all over the place. There's people talking about him on the internet still to this day, even though that episode of SpongeBob came out in probably 2002 or 2003, I would guess. Just such a great character from SpongeBob, even though there is only the one episode from my recollection. Anyways, but I think that it would translate well into a pop, and it would be a great way to add on to the SpongeBob lineup. And last but not least, I have another retro toy, and that would be a new version of the Holiday Barbie. I remember always collecting the Holiday Barbies for my mother for Christmas every year for years when I was a kid, and then they came out with the Holiday Barbie and I knew I had to get that pop. But I think that we could see a new one, whether it be a new dress or if it was, let's say, a different kind of nationality Barbie rather than Caucasian. I think that that would be pretty cool as well. But I think that a new retro Holiday Barbie would be sweet and it would make so much sense for Christmas.
Alright, so now I'm going to make my predictions for the 12 Days of Christmas Funko Shop drops, which of course, there are some Christmas-themed pops, but it can't be the 12 Days of Christmas Funko Shop drops without pops that aren't even Christmas-related also. So the first one I have listed here is actually Frosty the McNugget, and what I mean by that is after the release of the Pumpkin McNugget for the McDonald's lineup for NYCC, I immediately thought at the back of my mind, there's gotta be some sort of Christmas-themed McNugget happening possibly for the 12 Days of Christmas. Totally makes sense for the 12 Days of Christmas bundle, or not bundle, but the drops, I mean. There's a couple of them. There's like a reindeer, there's one with a Santa Claus outfit and a beard, but I thought the coolest one was the Frosty the Snowman variant of a Chicken McNugget for the McDonald's lineup, so I thought it definitely makes sense for the ad icons lineup. Next up I have listed here is a retro Toucan Sam for essentially the retro cereals lineup. So in this case is Fruit Loops, and reason being is they've done, you know, retro Tony the Tiger this year, they've done the Smaxy the Seal for FunCon, and usually they have that pretty higher up ad icon for Funko Pops releasing around this time. We even had the Icy Polar Bear one year for the 12 Days of Christmas, the original Tony the Tiger Flocked variant, and even the Flock Tricks Rabbit. So having one of those huge name ad icons definitely makes sense, and it definitely makes sense to continue that retro lineup by making a retro Toucan Sam. And another one for the ad icons lineup, I have myself a Funko Soda, and it is Buzz the Bee from Honey Nut Cheerios, and it definitely makes sense because I think actually up here, if you guys can see, is Buzz the Bee, the Funko Pop from the 2018 12 Days of Christmas drop. So it definitely makes sense if they kind of do that trend that they sometimes do with Comic-Cons, where if they make a Comic-Con exclusive pop, they'll eventually make a soda or vice versa nowadays. So I would have this actually listed as a limited piece of 3,000, and I don't think it would have a chase. If it does have a chase, it'd probably be scented to smell like Honey Nut Cheerios. Moving on, I have 2 Disney Pops listed here, which the first one I'm going to mention is an Artist Series Sandy Claus from the Nightmare Before Christmas, and I think this definitely makes sense because Funko is already doing the Artist Series Nightmare Before Christmas Pops. We have a couple of Jack Skellingtons, there's a Sally, there's a Mayor, and I think there's a couple of Oogie Boogies already, so I think it definitely makes sense that they continue doing the Artist Series Pops, considering they keep continuing to pump out those. Plus, Sandy Claus is one of those characters that haven't been made yet, but it fits the mold of Christmas. And the next pop I have for the Disney lineup is actually a non-Christmas related pop, and it's actually Alien as Miguel for the Alien Remix lineup. Reason I added this is because it seems like Funko is kind of starting to do another wave of Alien Remix pops, especially with the recent release of the new Alien as Randall, which I'm pretty sure is a Walgreens exclusive. And also, they haven't made Alien as Miguel yet as a pop, yet Mattel has already done it in toy form, so I wouldn't be surprised if they had pumped up this pop, especially just adding a random non-Christmas related character for this 12 Days of Christmas Funko Shop drop. The next 3 pops I'm going to list here are for the Pop Funko lineup, which 2 of them are essentially the same characters but different colorways. Can you guess what it is? If you guessed an Artist Series Freddy Funko, then you are absolutely correct, where I have listed a green Artist Series Freddy Funko and a red Artist Series Freddy Funko, mainly being Christmas theme, exactly the way they did it for essentially the different colors they did for the Box of Fun this year for Fun Days, except it'd be one colorway, and then they add, let's say for the green one, it's red ornaments, and then for the red one, it's maybe green Christmas trees as kind of the design for the Freddy Funkos. I know it's kind of not the greatest prediction, but I do see this happening because I could totally see there being a bunch of Artist Series pops for the 12 Days of Christmas drop this year. And the last pop I have listed for the Pop Funko lineup is actually a fantastic plastic pop, because they like to have at least one fantastic plastic pop every year for the 12 Days of Christmas bundle. And I listed here Beefy Oodles. Now, if you guys remember, they did kind of the Oodles character, where essentially it is a ramen noodle with eyes and arms, and then they also eventually did Spicy Oodles, and then for actually the 12 Days of Christmas drop last year, they did Roodles, which essentially is the chicken noodle variant of Oodles. So Beefy Oodles, essentially kind of spoofing off beef-flavored noodles, would essentially be, how I imagine it, is just like kind of a brown container, I would assume, and the noodles would be coming out, and then the arms are kind of in a buffed form, and how it's kind of beefy like that. That's how I kind of imagine it. Next up is for the movies lineup, and I have listed here Flocked Booster for Jingle All the Way. Now, this probably has to be my favorite pop listed in this entire list, just because I love Jingle All the Way. I watch that movie every single year. A flocked booster would be awesome. They never had a booster for the lineup they announced back at the Festival of Fun reveals in August, so I feel like they didn't announce it then, because I think they're saving it here for the 12 Days of Christmas drop. And one thing that I kind of wish Funko does for this pop is if they make a whole mass production of this so that it ends up being a sight sitter, because of the toy actually being a shelf sitter during the movie, and the fact that nobody likes Booster, except the fact that if this was made in pop form, I would definitely get a Booster pop. Also for the movies lineup, I have listed here a Buddy the Elf Funko Soda figure. Now, for this Funko Soda figure, I actually have it limited to 12,500 pieces, and the common variant would be Buddy the Elf, where he holds the maple syrup, and then the chase has him holding one of the toys from Santa Claus's factory. I think that way makes sense, because they already actually did that in Funko Pop form, which I think I have the photo on the side here, where it was actually Buddy the Elf with the maple syrup, and the chase for that was him holding a Jack-in-the-Box, I'm pretty sure was the toy that he was holding for the chase of that figure. So I think it definitely makes sense that they pretty much do that. They don't have to really change the mold much for the Funko Soda figure, and people would definitely buy it. Next up here, I have a soda for the Retro Toys lineup, and it is Glowworm. Now, we got the pop last year for the 12 Days of Christmas drop, and it was him with the pajamas, and I think this year it will be essentially normal glowworm where it's just the green attire, instead of making a singular can like I already done for the Buzz the Bee earlier in my predictions. I think they would do just a normal one and then glow in the dark for the chase. Even though it's lazy, it seems like a Funko thing to do. And then the last, actually, soda I have listed here, and last, I guess, exclusive overall for my predictions list is for the television lineup Fleagle, which I don't even know if I got that name right, from Banana Splits, in which the chase figure would be flocked. Main reason I chose Fleagle, even though it's not Christmas themed, is because of the fact that, one, they've already started doing the Banana Splits Funko sodas. They did the elephant character, which I totally forget the name of. I think it was Snorky or something, that they announced during Cartoon Classics. And then they just released Bingo as a Funko soda for New York Comic Con. It definitely makes sense that they just keep continuing on with the rest of the Banana Splits. And it could go either way. It's either Fleagle or it's the last character that I can't remember the name of. But I feel like they would do that, and that this would actually be limited to 7,500 pieces. I don't think they would go higher than 10,000. I think it would be one of those limited pieces like 7,500 for this case, with a flock chase like I had mentioned. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video on the 12 Days of Christmas Funko Shop drop predictions for this year, make sure you smash that like button, comment in the comment section below, and let us know whose predictions you like better by saying hashtag PickDK or hashtag PickMD. And also let us know what your predictions are for the 12 Days of Christmas Funko Shop drops. And like we said earlier, press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.
Peace in, peace out.
Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.